Sorry, I got to turn my phone off. Off. Do you know why? Because the market is insane and I want to do this video. Do you want to hear what's going on? Hi, I'm Michele. Easy for me to say. I'm Michele Replogle, Coldwell Banker Realty. And today I have to tell you, I have been on the phone with just the most craziest stuff. Right now I'm going to pull up some of my statistics. So we had a wiring instructions went out that didn't have the right address on them. We have some properties coming on because today has been a very busy day for listings. We've had a lot of great listings come on just this morning, which is just, and before I forget, please subscribe to my channel because I need the subscribers. I want to get the word out. Anyway, so just today we had 68 new listings as of today, which is amazing. Remember, the listing cycle is a property gets put on the market and then it goes through the broker open, which is on Thursday, a couple open houses, and look at offer next Monday or Tuesday. So today is always a really fun day because then we know all the listings are going to come out, but it also causes a lot of chaos. A lot of buyers are like, oh, I want to see this. And, everybody's getting ready to gear up to look at some properties or go see them on the weekend. Anyway, oh, that's a big sidebar, isn't it? So today I want to talk about some statistics, the interest rates and how they're changing. And then I want to talk about how things work in Santa Clara County. Why? Well, because we might see them here. And buyers and sellers, you might want to take note of that market because it always seems to bleed into ours. Okay, first let's start back with those statistics. 68 new listings, 10 price reductions. Now don't get excited. Price reductions tend to start in a changing market, especially with higher interest rates, where you'll see the periphery of listings that weren't as desirable as before in a lower interest rate market, or, I would even say affordable, which I actually hate that word, but a different market, right? So these listings would sell. They wouldn't have the best location. They'd have traffic. They weren't in a great condition or maybe a great neighborhood. So they would sell. I mean, they're affordable. Why not? Anybody can live anywhere for a couple of years, make do, and, go and buy something else. Well, when the interest rates change and the prices of loans and loan products go up, these ones start to not be as desirable. And then they get transactions get canceled. They get they go off the market. The seller cancels them. The buyer cancels out of buying it, and that's where you'll also see those price reductions. Now think more in the middle, more desirable, better location, better just everything, right? And everybody wants it. Those always stay on the market and sell just fine no matter what's going on because they're very desirable. I mean, if you have 15 offers or even 10, only one person's going to get it, leaving some other people still shopping. The other thing you need to know about those really sweet properties in the middle, those sellers know it. And more than likely, they take their option of waiting the market out. Buyer, I'm going to wait the market out and things are going to flatline and I'm going to go get my deal of a property. Well, you know what? The sellers can wait it out too. So if you are still in the market and still interested in buying and you can find a loan product that works for you, I recommend go ahead and still go do it. And sellers, I'm not saying your property's no good, but if you're out in here, you might need a price reduction because those have been coming up. All right, sold 53, awesome. Expired, canceled. Remember these properties out here where the seller goes, not today. Those go off the market. And active inventory, 187. Yay! A lot of jazz hands today. I don't know. If you're just listening to this, I think you're lucky. Anyway, we're up to about 200, starting to get into that 200, which is good, but oh my gosh, I'd love to see 400. Just get some in the market. So where are we on interest rates? Well, for a conforming loan, that's 5.25. So anything below that 960, right? That's where the Fed will kind of guarantee that they will take care of any problems with that loan. And then above that, you get into that jumbo, and those are still guaranteed rates, and that's 4.625. And then if you think about so many of the properties in our market or above $1 million, you're going to be looking at that jumbo. So 4.625. Not great, of course, because of what we've seen. It's almost like we've seen too much because, rates were in the fours, kind of going between, a mid four to a little bit of almost a low five, below five before. And then they lowered the interest rates and created this huge boom during COVID, which I'm not sure was the greatest idea. But I know a lot of people got some good deals and got a great property. So anyway. So I wanted to talk a little bit about a market I also work in, which is in Santa Clara County. Why? Well, because it is a completely different product over there. You have a listing that works out like this. The seller does all the work, cleans it up. I should say the agents do. They get it cleaned up. They get it staged. The seller more than likely moves out and it hits the market. Bam! No broker tour. Full open houses, and then within a couple days, they look at offers. All disclosures loaded, everything done. Now, us as agents, we like to make it look like we just sold a house so fast and we didn't do any work. Well, you know what? Sometimes it takes us about 6 weeks to get a property on the market. Yet, when you look at theirs, so even if that agent spent 6 weeks, they probably spent, 4 to 6 weeks. They're going to spend only a week marketing it and getting it ready for offers. And then it's done because those offers, when accepted, go as non-contingent, fully pending. And that means your buyer is committed the minute you take that offer. Like there's just no going back for anybody unless the buyer wants to give up their 3% deposit. Now, why is this important? Well, because a lot of what happens over in Santa Clara happens here. So no contingencies. Good to go. And seller thinks, that sounds great. I want a committed buyer and I want to get it done really quickly. Not so fast. That doesn't mean that you don't have to do any work. Maybe you don't do the work on the property. It gets done. But all the reports and disclosures have to be done up front to make that happen. The way the contract is structured, any new disclosure can open up that physical contingency again, right? So you have to make sure that you have pretty much dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's to stay within that physical contingency and have it completely removed at the time that you accept an offer. So there's a little bit of work for everybody, but I mean, once you get it into contract, there's no sitting around wondering if they're going to get their loan. I mean, they got to get their loan or you pretty much have their deposit. That's in Santa Clara County, but we could see that here. And I have had a few instances where I've had it happen. So just keep that in mind. The market is incredibly busy. Don't let any of these websites or MSNBC or all these doom and gloom sites try to persuade you that the market is different. Subscribe to my channel just to hear what's happening here in Santa Cruz, because when they say real estate is local, they mean it. That means the conditions that are here, the buyers that are willing to forego these contingencies and they are willing to accept the new interest rates that are what's happening today. We can't just rely on other areas that don't have the same kind of market we do or have the same, beautiful climate and access to good jobs. We can't just plug them in and expect them to layer over what's happening here. Now, Santa Clara is super busy. The only thing that's different over there is a buyer can get aced out on an offer and go look at another one, because each week there's always more coming on, which it might take a few to get your house, right? But you always have options that more are coming on. The scary part in Santa Cruz is you get disheartened here, because at some point you kind of feel like, well, our market shifts and it changes. And because we are more of an outdoor focused area, you start to lose some of those listings, and sellers get busy doing other things. They travel, they don't put their house on the market, and it just kind of goes down. Where in Santa Clara, it stays busy pretty much all year long, except in December I saw it slow down. So was that a lot of information for you? Maybe I can turn my phone back on and wade back into the crazy waters of real estate. And of course, if you need anything at all, please contact me. I'd love to help you navigate all of this and what's going on, buyer or seller. Please comment below, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And don't forget my podcast, The Realtor Lady. I have a lot of fun stuff there too. Thanks. Bye.